Hey guys, Rich here, and this is a Diary of a Music Maker. Don't know if the audio quality is going to be good or not on this. I thought I'd give it a try. Didn't have my snazzy mic with me or my nice camera, so I thought I'd record it on my phone in a windy field. Today I want to talk about being too scared to share. And I don't mean share feelings, although that's applicable too. I mean being too scared to share your creations, especially the ones that feel close to who you are and feel like they're a reflection of your deeper self, your higher self. I've been a trailer music composer for over 10 years, been a professional composer for probably about the same, writing music, not professionally but for money since about 2008. So it was a long time, and all that time I've been sort of producing music based upon other people's requests. So, Rich, can you write this music? Sure thing. It's their request, it's their desires. So if I get it wrong, it's not a reflection of me as a person, or if they don't like it, it's not a reflection of me as a person. But I started out in music writing my own songs that I kept on these little demo tapes at home, and I was very scared to share them, especially ones where I was singing, because firstly I've been told I couldn't sing, secondly I felt embarrassed whenever I heard my own voice, so I kind of buried that stuff and thought, okay, well I just want to write music, and that's what that's what I want to do. And I was kind of like not sharing, or at least I was hiding that aspect of my creative persona, creative drive, creative life. And it reached a point when I was doing really well as a trailer music composer that I realised that I still wanted to do that stuff, the songwriting, singing, writing my own music based on my own desire and my own brief. And it got to the point where I realised it wasn't necessarily that I felt embarrassed of the stuff that I was creating, but it's that I was scared to share it. And especially now, where sharing is so easy, but it also means that you feel like you're going to get immediate feedback from it. So you share it and you'll get immediate feedback from either no views or somebody. But I wanted to kind of twist this on its head a bit today and say, well, actually, that's a really lovely thing that you can share and no one cares. You might get some negative feedback or people saying some things that you don't particularly like, but you also might get wonderful things being said to you. And you also might get absolutely nothing. And I wanted to take that idea and really just go, well, isn't that a wonderful thing? Isn't that wonderful that you can take an idea, share it, and no one cares? When I started out on my online business ventures, which is like blogging, course creation, etc., podcasting, YouTubing. Is YouTubing a verb? I don't know. One of the things I realised was that there's this sort of saying in the online community of learning out loud, and that is how you teach. I think that's a really wonderful approach to talk about your creativity. I always approached sharing my creations online as like a portfolio. Whatever people saw, they would think that was the best of the best and would judge me on that. And to an extent, there probably is that. It is an online portfolio. But when you think of it as an online sketchbook of ideas that you're sharing, all of a sudden it becomes like, it completely frees you up. You go, well, I've just written this track, I'll share it, see what happens. You never know. Like, even if it's not properly mixed or properly finished, or the singing's a bit out of tune, share it, because this is your creative output. You're learning out loud, you're sharing your process and your progress. And I think that's such an important thing to hold in mind, rather than thinking in terms of, well, I share only my finished product. It's like on social media with composers. You go through their social media, and they're only sharing their placements. You know, they're not necessarily, not all of them, a lot of them, they're not necessarily sharing their, I've been working on this today, not sure what it sounds like or if it's any good anymore. I've spent too long in the studio to know what the difference is anymore. And I think it's, especially with YouTube, when I find an artist or creator that I admire, like, and then I see something that's authentic, like, I don't know, a vlog or a demo or just something different that is like a reflection of them as a person, it doesn't push me away at all. If I like the content, if anything, it makes me feel drawn to them even more, because there is a connection, there's a human connection. And I think that's really important, especially with the sort of proliferation of AI content, which I'm not actually too against, to be honest with you. I think if you see AI as a tool, think of how people reacted to auto-tune and quantizing. Whereas we're like, yep, quantize everything, done. Auto-tune, splice, move, nudge, Yes, okay, I see the doomsday approach to AI. But anyway, I want connection from people's content. And you're not going to get that if you don't share. This is kind of one of the reasons why I'm doing this right now. Because I've always held the belief that done is better than perfect, and different is better than better. So basically, get it done, and if it's different to whatever you do normally, is that a bad thing? This is one of the things I found really difficult with YouTube, sharing my music, etc. This idea that it has to be finished, and that would really stress me out. Or that I didn't have the right mic, or that the visuals weren't as good as they could be. Hence me using this app 8mm, because I quite like the look of it, the aesthetic of it. And when I see other people using this type of filter on YouTube, I'm like, ooh, click. So maybe that will work here. I don't know. I'm going to share this. In fact, I just shared an episode of this, I don't know when you'll see it, but a few episodes back, where I was choosing the music for an album release, and I was walking you through the process of me fixing the mixes, or at least just adjusting the balances of volume. And I had the wrong output setting, so you can't hear what I'm doing. It's just me talking and then big gaps of silence. I thought I'd share it anyway, because otherwise it was a waste of my time. And yeah, someone might get out of it. Also, if somebody gets out of that, even Rich makes silly mistakes like that, that's fine, then that's a win. So I think what I'd like to take from this, and for you to take from this, is that share your work like it's a sketchbook. That each thing you produce doesn't have to be a finished thing. The idea of it, or the essence of it, can be enough. In fact, sometimes I went to university and studied art and music, so I would obviously look at sketchbooks and stuff. Sometimes I would prefer the artist's sketchbook to their finished product, because the sketchbook had character, and it was tangible and it just felt more interesting. And I think that's one of the reasons people are grabbing old video cameras and grabbing vinyl and going back to these steps where it feels more interesting and more human and more real. So, yeah. Why don't you take a demo of yours and share it? I've had placements on trailers from demos. So it's not like you're excluding yourself from the top end of, musical success or monetary success or whatever it is, a composer kudos, whatever you want to call it. By sharing a demo, you're sharing. Someone can hear it, someone might like it, and someone might become a fan. Someone might reach out to you and say, I love this, can I use this on XYZ? Or, I love this, can we get you writing an album for us? But they're not going to hear it or know you unless you share. And I'm not necessarily suggesting that you kind of pelt your socials or YouTube channel or your distributor with all of the music you don't like that you've written. But I ask you to look at that music and wonder what it is you don't like. And is there some gem in there that you can share, even if it's not been polished, even if it's not been chiseled and shaped and, all sparkly? A diamond in the rough, maybe. So I don't know what the audio is going to be like on this, but I hope the message comes through anyway. Share your stuff regardless. Share it like a sketchbook, because done is better than perfect. Different is better than better. And you are an interesting person who creates interesting things. So let's hear it.